You're not single, you're not abandoned, you're not physically alone, but you feel invisible, like you could scream and they wouldn't even hear it, like you could break down and they wouldn't even notice, or worse, wouldn't care. You're sitting next to someone who's supposed to love you, supposed to know you, supposed to see you. But the truth is, you've never felt more alone than you do right now. This is emotional isolation. It's brutal. And because it doesn't make sense on the surface, they're there. You talk, you text, you sleep in the same bed. But there's a growing space between you, a silence between the sentences, a coldness in the way they say, "I'm fine," or don't say anything at all. And you've tried. You've asked. You've explained. You've reached out. But they don't meet you there. They nod, they deflect, they move on. So eventually you stop because it hurts more to try and be ignored than to just shut down with them. This kind of isolation is invisible but deadly. You're in the same room, but it feels like a different planet. You talk, but never about what really matters. You're physically close, but emotionally nowhere. And you're craving intimacy, and all you get is logistics. It's like living inside a museum version of your relationship. Looks good from the outside, but everything inside is untouchable. So let's look at how this emotional isolation is built. It usually starts slowly. They stop asking questions, they brush off your feelings, they become busy, tired, and not in the mood. So you try harder. You try to be understanding. You lower your expectations just to keep things smooth. But every time you reach for more, they give less, until one day it hits you. You are emotionally starving in a relationship that used to feel full. And the ache of that loneliness is not just sadness, it's grief for the version of the connection you thought you had, but no longer do. So let's look at why it hurts so much. Well, that's because it's not the absence of a partner that breaks your heart. It's the absence of presence. It's watching someone drift away while still expecting you to stay committed, loyal, supportive. They want the structure of the relationship, but none of the intimacy that makes it real. And that creates a haunting silence inside you. One that says, "I'm here, but I'm not seen. I'm giving, but I'm not felt. I'm loyal, but I'm completely alone. So why do you keep holding on? Because remember how it used to feel? Because they used to show up. Because part of you thinks, if I just try harder, maybe we'll get that spark back. But here's the brutal truth. You can't build connection by yourself. It takes two people, emotionally present, emotionally honest, emotionally available. And if you're the one trying to keep the relationship emotionally alive, you're not in a relationship. You're in an emotional CPR, and eventually you'll run out of breath. So how do you start coming back to yourself? Firstly, name the ache out loud. Say it clearly. I feel alone even when we're together. This isn't drama, this is disconnection, and naming it breaks that illusion that it's all okay. Then stop making excuses for their distance. It's not work, it's not stress, it's not just how they are, it's emotional absence, and it deserves to be addressed, not excused. And then ask, am I connecting or just coexisting? If you're only talking about chores, plans, and small talk, you're in survival mode, not relationship mode. Then invite depth, but notice the response. Try this. I feel like we've drifted emotionally. I miss being close, really close. Or, do you feel that distance too? If they shut you down, mock, dismiss, or freeze, that's not intimacy, that's avoidance. And you can't heal a relationship with someone who avoids the wound. And so, in my closing comments, you can't keep pretending it's okay to be lonely in love. Loneliness in a relationship is one of the deepest emotional betrayals. because it tells you you're here but not really wanted. You matter, but only in practical ways. Your emotions are inconvenient, and you start to believe that you are the problem. But you're not. You're just someone who still wants real connection while being partnered with someone who's already emotionally checked out. You deserve presence, you deserve depth, you deserve to be met. Because real love isn't about showing up physically, it's about showing up emotionally again and again. And if that's not happening, then the loneliest place to be is right next to someone who doesn't even notice you're missing.